There we go. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Sunday Evening with Roxanne. I am Roxanne, your host, here at Odyssey of Ascension. And tonight I'd like to discuss with you um, the ideas about change. And I always make my speakings, on Sunday evenings, either I channel, for those of you who watch a lot, either I channel or I talk about things from my perspective as an ascender, as a person doing this kind of work, and try to make it, applicable and relatable to others that are interested in this material. So, change, the thing about change for me, and by the way, as you come in, say hi in the chat. I always pay attention to the chat. Give us a thumbs up if you like the material. And of course, if you feel like subscribing, feel free to subscribe. Okay. So I put through changes through choice. When I was growing up, I was taught a severe, and I use that word with an accent on it, a severe structure of earn. And you have to do this in order to get that, and do, and then you receive. And my whole idea about life was, I put myself in a subjective or a submissive, a less than, which my guru told me don't use less than. And there is a change of vocabulary. I'm going to do another video on change of vocabulary. In a position that where I was inferior to others, right? And so in order to earn respect, in order to do that, I created a structure, and I thought that's how life was. And that's life. And I did it that way. I never said something when I knew I was getting screwed over. I didn't want to rock the boat. I was that person. See, now that's a structure. Now, if you want your life to change, you have to choose to change it. You have to choose to change it. That's the key to this whole thing. Even psychologists, psychiatrists, and any behavioralist said nothing is going to change in your world unless you do the behavioral changes. So I saw the structure. I was unworthy of asking for a raise if I was at work. I was unworthy of asking for things from one of my 3 ex-wives when I was playing the male part. And because I earned money, that was my position. Here, you do all this, and that's my role. See, that's my structure. So why would my life get any better? Why would my life change? Of course, there were good times and bad times, but we all live in polarity. So I bet your sweet ass every day you go up and down like a Saturday night hooker between happy and sad, right? So you know that this whole system is made of a structure, and you can't change the system. That's not the point here. Humanity is hell-bent on changing the system. Okay, now I know you can change. On a side note, you can change legislature. You can go and talk to your congressman, talk to your senator, make some changes with your idea political. That's how the United States and whatever country of democracy that you're living in does it. You can make changes like that, but your relationship with reality can change. Hi, Robin, welcome. Again, y'all, when you come on in, say hi. So your change has to be twofold. It needs to be two things. You can't change unless you recognize the structure. And I've had many layers that I've gone through in the last 14 years, 13 years of doing this work. 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 years of doing this work. Lots of changes, seeing myself. My anger was high because I was mad. I was mad because I was lied to. I was less than. I was not worthy. And that it goes against the nature of a creator, that they are worthy, they are allowed to choose their truth. They are allowed to speak their truth and be their awesome self without reprise or retribution or consequence or rebuttal of negative. But humans give you that. Hey, Debbie, welcome, darling. Humans give you that. They love to give you that. Why? Why are humans assholes? Because they have lack. They have their own version of themselves. Now, pay attention to this. They have their own version of themselves that needs to cause pain for their pain. So people like to see others suffer. Everyone has seen it. They'll build you up, and then when you make a mistake, they'll tear you down. You know, all this cancel culture shit and all this stuff. They just want to tear things down because they want the pain to be there projected onto others. So their suffering can be their suffering. And even if they have good life, they're still going to be assholes. Why? Because it's easy. It's easy to be an asshole. It's easy to structure and express and dole out pain. It's easy. Masters, ascenders, mature ideas of creators, maturing their collective through this incarnation, take the hard road. The hard road is humble. It's courage. It's choice, recognition, to see the choice that you have in order to make changes. And I made absolutely fantastic changes in my life. I got mad at my changes, and I didn't think they were coming fast enough. And I wanted to get some return on my changes than I was expecting, right? And all of those were more structures, more layers, more things to work through. It's easier until the discomfort of doing that becomes higher. Been there, absolutely. Very good, Robin. That was a comment in the chat, folks. So you have to not only recognize your behavior, you have to be humble enough to kick your own self in the ass and say, bitch, shut up. Don't make any more excuses on why you're going to keep your behavior the same. Otherwise, the pain is going to continue. And again, the pain doesn't instantly go away. I wish it did. It goes away in layers and layers and layers. And I did this wonderful video called Layers. And it was a great, great insight onto all the different layers that we create. This last weekend for me, from Friday and Saturday, and I just came home. I went out to Houston to visit a friend out there. And she taught me some stuff that I didn't see about myself. We had a little tea time last week before I went. And that was about 2 weeks ago. And I had a week to contemplate the thoughts that she gave me. And I realized something about myself. I was still structuring myself and thinking I was doing what I was supposed to doing, that I'm being taught by Osifius and Sly and all the crew that I work in my channeling motif, my channeling work. But I was still structuring it because I noticed it finally that I still have tension and emotion about it. I didn't have a state of being like the Buddha says. The Buddha says you can't have happiness in the external attraction. You can't find it in money or in a marriage or in those things. Happiness is a state of being. Osifius said that. Unconditional love. He said that in 2014. Unconditional love is a state of being. So you have to see that your pain is what you're paying attention to. That's what's bringing. You think those things are important. This epiphany I had this last week was I'm holding up my own pain by thinking this is valuable, that this is real, that I need to pay attention to this, that this matters. And if I don't, consequence, failure, bad times coming. I was sold fear by who? My own ego, not society. Society sells fear every day. There was an article. I just saw this. I don't even know if it's still there. 19 things that Americans or no, does it say Americans? I don't have my reading glasses. That humans are not paying attention to, that they should be terrified of. Really? We need to be terrified in the promise of a great new land under a clear blue skies? We need to be terrified? They want you to feel the pain. They want you to feel the fear so you don't become an independent, critical thinker of free will that we all have. Adoria, welcome. Hi, darling. Great to see you. That's what society is. It's not one person or one corrupt government. It's society. It's your job. Your job wants you to keep your head down and don't say anything and just do your job. And then you're talking to a customer and says, well, I know it's wrong, but I'm just doing my job, and you sell yourself on these structures, and you will never have a different life, ever. Your life and your memory will never be any different in your future unless you change behavior through recognition, through transcendence. If you all know me, you know what transcendence is. It's the taking the belief system and transcending it through your acceptance, your ownership, and through change of behavior. It's going to hurt. It's going to suck. It's going to feel nasty. It's going to feel negative. It's going to feel, this isn't me. You want to go back to the safe place, to the comfortable place, to the routine, to the cycled lives. That's where humans are comfortable. Safety and security until you get voted the head of a homeowners association, and then you're gonna spray your fucking cunt juice all over your people there and go, I'm in charge finally. Now I can do what's right. And you go out and you become another fucking Karen or a Brad, whatever they call the guys, the dicks. You get it? Can you see it? You can't stay in that game. You know what that game is? That game is called the Game of Life, and it's played on a board. And they've combined it with another game called Monopoly. So you're playing with Monopoly money. That's all bullshit, because anything outside of humanity doesn't play with fucking money. And then over here, in this idea of this life, it's a structure. How can you put life on a board? What does that tell you about life? It's fucking predictable because you keep doing the same thing. So if you want change, you have to choose. I chose. I got a divinity, a complete serenity. Oh, Tammy B's in the house. Hi, baby. You in my mind to come today. Thank you for you and in our classes. Still resonates. Awesome. Thank you. Great to see you, Tammy. You have a choice. That choice is to behavioral change. When I got this epiphany, I felt something. I had this idea of this massive little prediction of my life going forward. And then this wisdom that the mirror gave to me in attraction, because I opened my eyes to change by changing, by allowing new ideas, new concepts, not rejecting, not reacting, not emotionally putting up my guard, being vulnerable, surrendering to the now, to the unknown. And that idea of that whole scenario playing out without this and this and this is going to happen. Fear, anxiety, and it all disappeared like that. Fucking like that. Boom, gone, done. And a sense of freedom came in. And I've had this freedom before, but I had other structures. But this one was so big and so large and so solid. I know I can't be afraid of anything anymore. Because first, I know I can't die. I know I can change rooms. Yeah, but I know I am. I know I am. Fucking think about that. If it doesn't hit you, then you're still thinking. You're still structuring. Because when you know I am, the whole thing changes. The whole thing changes. See, the change that humans look for, the things that humans look for, okay, is change from the outside. a catalyst that can change things for you. Someone coming into your life, some idea, new job, and then that change is going to work out. And you guys debate that for fucking, 2 or 3 or 4 days. You debate what apartment you're going to live in or what house you're going to buy. You debate everything that's supposed to be the best case scenario, which means you're working through fear right there. Your intuition tells you everything. You don't trust the inner voice. You don't trust your own Shiloh, right? Shiloh's the little person inside that you grew up with, that you talked with, that always came when you were alone and no one else was around to play. You know the song, it's Neil Diamond, Shiloh, when I was young. I can't sing, pardon me. I used to call your name, right? When no one else would come, I think I can do this on the flute, but I won't right now. Shiloh, you always came, right? So you got to know that you have an inner self, and it's not there to fuck you. You have a brain, but that's all entangled in fear. Oh, no, can't do that because this might happen. Woohoo! And you're going, oh, my fucking God, you're right. I better be safe. I better be secure. I better keep my mouth shut. I'll just be this little tiny motherfucker. Fuck that. Fuck that. God, eternal being, creator of all things. That's what you want to be. Okay, have a Coke and a smile and enjoy your experience as that. But if you have value fulfillment in waking up and you're listening to this right now, that means you have created an attraction that allows you to see and make changes in yourself that would bring you the serenity and peace that you find, hopefully, are finding in the external. It's not outside. It's never been outside, and it'll never be outside. You can't get enough money and enough ideas of that. Is money awesome? Yes, fucking A. Why? Because you still use it. The human collective, they play with monopoly money. It's still usable. So you will attract money. You will create that abundance. It might not be what you want or what your greed or what your lack says you need, but it'll be enough in the now. Always. But you must act upon the vibrational alignment with yourself. The highest version. That's your responsibility. To be worthy of your choice, of your change, of your evolution. That's what you need to be worthy of. And if you're not, you got to look at that and say, why? Why am I not worthy? Why don't I deserve to be awesome? Why don't I deserve to be in love with myself? Not because of my resume, not because of my accomplishment, not because I got likes, not because I got views, not because the outside says so, or I'm getting applause because I got employee of the month, because I am. Is that enough for me to fall in love with myself, my own existence? Because love is you. You are love. You are unconditional being. That's your state of being. Find it. But you have to make changes. You have to change to deconstruct this through behavioral changes. If I don't do this anymore, I must get a new reality. That's law. People might fight. People might argue. People don't want you to be awesome. They don't want you to change. Oh, they would like you to be proud. But as long as they're a part of it, then they'll be proud. As long as it was their idea, then there's always going to be stipulations on that shit. Why? Because they're not love. If they were love, then you would understand that that person in your life would never criticize you, because love is unconditional. That's what it is, and it'll always be that. But people condition their love because they have their own lack, because they don't know their own beauty, because no one on this planet told them that they were worth everything, all that is, from day one. So you got to see that. You want to make changes in your life. Hey, look, I know it's easy if you have a routine that's comfortable and you're just getting by and you have, a good amount of money and your life is good and you have a good job and you're committed to that. Great, good. But you're a God. And you're working for someone else? When are you ever going to find your freedom? When they use monopoly money to control you and you're stuck at $20 an hour and you have no education and you're okay with that? That's not okay. How's that going to change? You're not going to know. You're not going to know, because what comes, masters, is the unknown. And that takes courage and trust in the God that you are, that attracts the aligning change for you to make those simple choices of alignment that you have no doubt about, that you know is the unknown, and you're not sure and you're not certain, but you're brave. And you make those changes and allow the unknown to show you how you can be independent from the structure of this fucking world, from the tethers that they bind you with. And then don't look at it in any particular way. Whatever comes, accept, because that's what you have attracted. Don't feel guilty about it. Don't question it. Don't reject it, because those are structures that keep you dormant, that keep you dark, that keep you from radiating your eternal light and spreading that joy across humanity's faces so they may see their own beauty. Now, you can stay dormant if you like, but you're so much more, and you're so much worthy of that. Don't be afraid to be awesome. And accept who you are. There's a lot of things about myself I was structuring. I didn't think, oh, you're not allowed to cuss. Oh, you're not allowed to do this. Oh, you're not this. You're not that. And my mind was going right along, hook, line, and sinker, like a little bitch, going, yeah, you're right. And then I'm dark. And I'm not worth my own skin. I'm not worth my own choice. I'm not worth my own expression. The way I pimp my ride, it's all up here, and it's fucking with me, and I won't let it anymore. I said no. I made changes. And now this little monkey up here is gone. Fuck him. He doesn't belong in me. And that one in your mind, fuck them. They don't belong in you. Transcend that shit. Recognize, own, accept, surrender, and change with behavioral choices. Change with choice, masters. You have to do that for yourself. Because this earth is not apologetic. This human collective takes. They keep you in fear. They sell you stories that are just such garbage, such an atrocity. And not many people watch my last video. Let me explain something to you. Then I'm going to give you something a little bit. I need you to pay attention. If there's anything in tonight, well, you should have paid attention to the whole fucking thing. So here, because it's all gold. So here, listen to this. So we talked about how matter pulsates. This reality pulsates. In, out, boom. So the cup's there, it's not there. It's there, it's not there. But your memory covers up so it looks solid. But this is the cup that I create, not the cup that you create. You create your own cup in the mirror. So that's why it looks like a cup, right? Right? Your body is done every day. Scientists say, oh, your whole body regenerates in so many days. But it deteriorates because we believe in time. We trust decay. Part of the space-time continuum. Things get old. So we, as creators, program everything to decay, including ourselves. So age is always and ever shall be an option. Growing old is always and ever shall be an option if you have the understanding of reality. And you can't get that from the outside. You have to get that through your own perseverance, your own wisdom, and your own understanding. So this is the point I want to make. When you eat something and some asswipe that has diarrhea of the mouth that can't shut the fuck up says, oh, you shouldn't eat that because it's going to do this, it's going to do that, it's going to do that. Telepathically, you go, oh, wow, I shouldn't do that. And then this here, you programmed all the molecules, all the atoms in that physical form, and you swallow it, and then you go, oh, that's what it might do to me. And then it starts working. Right? That's why aspirins work. Not because aspirins work. Are we fucking stupid? Yes. As humans, we're ignorant, we're dumb, we're bricks. We buy in and they sell us stories. So, as creators, when we buy a truth, the truth employs. But we're not stupid. We're not ignorant. We're intelligent beings if we change our perspective, look at it from a different point of view. So an aspirin works because I allow it to work. I want you to listen to those fucking words again. And aspirin works because I allow it to work. I don't get cancer. If I buy into the motif, my parents, and it's genetic, then I buy into the motif. But every moment, everything is brand new according to my will. My will, not them. You're not a victim. You'll never be a victim. Unless you want to play victim, then great. Have a great journey of an incarnation as being a victim. But I got nothing for you here. This is for masters. This is for ascenders. You're already good at being victims. I was the best at it. I mastered my victimization. I cried like a stuck pig. So you must see that anything that I eat, anything that I do in my life, my consumption of food, my riding on my motorcycle, my outfits I choose, is mine. I own it with my will. I create it with my will because I've got the mindset that doesn't validate the diarrhea that human feeds you every fucking day and their shit and their bullshit of their fucking news that they give you over there. Right? You got your own intelligence. You don't have to cut out humanity. You don't have to stop. That's not the behavior I'm talking about. I'm talking about perspective, change of relationship. That's what changes lives. That's what changes worlds. Is when you start having a new relationship with the truth and you see an angle of it, a new way to look at the same object, but you look at it with brighter eyes, more intelligent eyes, instead of fearful and submissive perspectives of less than, of unworthy, of need, of I can't help it, I had no choice, of excuses, of victimization. You have choices because you're a God. You don't believe it? Then your life remains. And I don't want you to believe it, but because belief implies doubt. Belief in and of itself has a polarized version of itself in it. A knowing is rock steady. It's solid. It's birthed from I am. I like supplements for the betterment of my body, not because I fear illness. Bingo. Exactly. What a beautiful perspective, Robin. I like supplements for the betterment of my body because of the fear of, not because of the fear of illness. She's not doing it to prevent, she's doing it to increase. Perspective. Master, Robin. Nice, nice. Okay? So if you want your life to change, don't look to be rescued. Don't look for some magic pill to come along. Don't look for it to be easy. Be an effortless God. Absolutely. Be the choice of change that comes without fail in every now. Always an opportunity to remain the same if you choose the memory, the old self, the routine, the safe and secure. Always in the now is the opportunity for evolution through the choice of change. Okay, masters? Listen, I got one more thing. My master classes, I've usually been closed, and we let people in after they go through different classes that I've given because it's channeling stuff and it's very, very deep, constructed on the ideas of very evolutionary ideas. A lot of deep concepts, but we're open for you guys to come in if you want to. Okay, I put it up on the website. Let me check and make sure. I quoted my guy. Yeah, okay, it's up there. It's under Masterclass and Sessions. Okay, it's up there right now. So here's how they run. They run every month. They're nonstop every Wednesday night. You can join anytime. Okay, you can join now and you would start on the 1st. You can join in the middle of the month and you're not going to miss anything. If you want the previous classes, I'll send them to you. Oh my God, Kim, you're late. I love you too. No kidding. So anyways, so the master classes are open. And starting this Wednesday, we have a new theme that we're going to work on for about 4 weeks. Okay, maybe 5 weeks. And I have to write the curriculum for it. First, I'm going to do the outline, and then I'm going to write the curriculum so I know it. So when I channel it and this information comes through, I will be more clear. Okay, so check out their classes. They're every night on Zoom. Okay, every night. Look at me getting diarrhea in the mouth myself. Every Wednesday night, they take place on Zoom, 7 p.m. Central. If you do sign up and you can't make it to class, everybody gets a recording. I send out 2 recordings, the video recording and the audio recording. There's the audio video together, just like a regular video. And there's a separate audio in case you just want to listen on your earphones and you don't want to have to play it through video. Okay? So consider the master classes that are available now. If you want to support the channel, you can subscribe. I'm burping. I have some fennel tea again, guys. Really good licorice. I just want to relay that. And give us a thumbs up, subscribe. And of course, if you like, you can go to my website. The website's connected, and you can donate if you like. There's a donate button there. So if there's anything else you need, if you look at the master classes, there's my email in there. If you have any questions about anything, if it's not about the master class and you have a question about something else, don't hesitate. I'm here. This is what I do full time. I'm here all the time. If I'm not with a customer or doing a session, or I'm not with a student or a person, I'm available, okay? Unless I'm riding the Harley, and I'm riding tomorrow morning because I haven't ridden in 2 days, and I'm missing my bike. And look at the tan line. Isn't that ridiculous? Underneath, it's all white. I need to ride like this. I should get some ape hangers so I can get some sun underneath. Anyways, guys, how many weeks is the class? It's I'm sorry, how do you say it? It's ongoing. It's at ARIA, it's ongoing. So it keeps going. It's been going on for 6 years. We've changed the name of it a few times. Love Harleys. Thank you, Kim. We've changed the name a few times, but they're just ongoing. And they'll talk about this for like a week or two, or they'll bring in a guest speaker and they'll talk about something. We've had planetary, we've had dimensional ideas, and Osifius has been in for the last week, and he's going to continue for this next week. So they just keep going and going. I want to show you. Hang on for a second. Let me show you. La-dee-dee, la-dee-dee-da-doo-doo. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Here you go, Kim. There's me and Tommy Jean on the Harley. Yay! It's a Heritage Softail Classic. So that's him on the back, and we are cruising on the bike. Again, if you guys watched a few months ago, it was so awesome how it manifested. Happened in like 6 weeks. It was 8 weeks, maybe 6. It was ridiculous how fast it was in that. And I'm in love with it. I freaking love it. I love riding. Yes, the Heritage is a great bike. Okay, guys, listen, I really appreciate you joining with me on your Sunday evening. I'll be here again next week. I'll do some live videos during the week, or not live videos, some recorded videos during the week when something hits me to talk about, or they want to do a channeling. Those will be up there. But again, we'll be here every Sunday evening with Roxanne. I appreciate you all coming in once again. I love you. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Everyone have a great night. We'll see you next week, okay? Bye, everyone. You're welcome, Robin. Take care, everyone. Love you all.